Mein Name ist Ulrich Steinkohl, ich bin Korrespondent der Deutschen Presseagentur in Berlin. Herr Präsident Aliyev,
Mr. Aliyev, your counterpart in Yerevan has stated that the obstacles that have arisen with the implementation of this agreement are ones that can be overcome. For his part, he is working on that. The difficulty is that your country is putting forward additional demands. Can you explain how serious you are in saying that you want to sign this peace agreement?
Wie ernsthaft Sie diesen Friedensvertrag wirklich abschließen wollen und wie ernsthaft es Ihnen um diesen Frieden ist?
During our conversation today, I provided Mr. President with sufficient information about the Azerbaijani-Armenian peace process. I stated that after the end of the Second Karabakh War, it was Azerbaijan and me personally who initiated the peace negotiations. At that time, neither Armenia nor the OSCE Minsk group, which was still functioning at the time, put forward any such proposals. This proposal was made by the Azerbaijani side. This in itself shows how interested we are in signing a peace treaty. Since there was no response from Armenia, we outlined the main principles of a possible treaty as well. I remember that 5 main principles were put forward and discussions started on the basis of those principles. The main obstacle to the negotiations was the fact that up until January 2024, Armenia was insisting on including the fate of the so-called Nagorno-Karabakh Republic in the peace treaty. We were categorically opposed to that, because there is no such republic as Nagorno-Karabakh. It existed only in Armenia's imagination. There is Karabakh region in Azerbaijan, and since this is our internal matter, we could never agree to the inclusion of such a clause in an interstate treaty. However, a few months after an end had been put to separatism in Karabakh in September 2023, Armenia did agree to remove the article it had been insisting upon from the text of the peace treaty. Real negotiations essentially started about a year ago. To date, the wording of the peace agreement, consisting of 17 paragraphs, has been fully agreed upon. Azerbaijan has not put forward any additional conditions here. Our conditions are clear to Armenia, and they are not new. We have been putting forward these conditions for a long time. However, we have not received any serious response from the Armenian side to date. What exactly are they? First, the OSCE Minsk group must be dissolved. The logic behind this is that the OSCE Minsk group, which was established in 1992, was mandated to resolve the Karabakh conflict. Azerbaijan has resolved the Karabakh conflict itself, on the basis of the UN Charter, and within the framework of international law. Since the conflict has been resolved and Armenia officially recognizes Karabakh as Azerbaijani territory, there are no grounds for the de jure operation of the OSCE Minsk group. This group was not operating de facto anyway. The fact that Armenia does not agree to this raises illegitimate suspicion in us. I wonder why. Does Armenia perhaps want to put forward territorial claims against us again? Their rapid armament, the acquisition of lethal weapons, and the fact that France, their main supporter in this, incites them to new provocations increase these doubts, of course. So this is the first issue. The second issue is related to the Constitution of Armenia. The Constitution of Armenia contains a reference to the Act of Independence of Armenia. It is an integral part of the Constitution. There is a provision on the unification of the legal and historical territory of Azerbaijan with Armenia, and this is considered an explicit territorial claim against us. Therefore, the removal of this clause from the Constitution of Armenia is our legitimate demand. Once these two conditions are met, there will be no obstacle to signing the peace treaty. As they say, the ball is in Armenia's court. If Armenia is genuinely interested in signing the peace treaty, it has to accept these two legitimate conditions of Azerbaijan.